Dostbank'a Asbank Sessiz Dostlar programını sunar.
Satın alma, sahiplen sloganı ile yola çıkan Sessiz Dostlar programı yepyeni konu ve konukları ile sizlerle birlikte olmaya devam ediyor. Can dostları ile mutlu bir hayat süren sevgili Stephane Harrıson Croft'a konuk olduk bu hafta. Onu ve sevgili can dostlarını sizlerle buluşturmayı amaçladık. For Pets North Cyprus Derneği'nin başkanı olan, aynı zamanda da yoga eğitmenliği yapan Stephane ile huzur dolu bir ortamda sohbet ettik.
Hi, thank you for having me on the show today. It's quite a privilege. My name's Stephane Harrıson Croft. I've been living in North Cyprus for 18 years last week with my husband Bill. We moved here because we wanted a better lifestyle and the sun, of course. I'm actually a farmer's daughter, so I was born on a farm, and I was told from a very young age that whilst I was in my pram, a cat came and gave birth to kittens in my pram. So I believe I was always destined to love and work with animals. I used to rescue animals on the farm, lambs, chickens, and I used to try to stop them from going to the market. And then it progressed from there. Once I left school, I didn't like school. I went off around the world until I met my husband, and we've had several dogs, cats, birds, you name it, we've had it. We've rescued all sorts of animals. When we moved over here, we brought some animals with us. We brought 2 dogs, 3 cats. Sadly, all of those have died now, but we've replaced them with many animals rescued from over here. So currently over here, the animals we've adopted, we've got Chanda, we've got Frodo, we've got Pico, we've got, sorry I've forgotten. We've got Frodo, we've got Chanda, we've got Pico, and we've got Evie. We've currently got two foster puppies. This is one of the puppies here. His mum was outside the Mr. Pound shop on the bypass. She was pregnant, very heavily pregnant. And this is his brother here. This is Reggie, and this one's Ronnie. Mum was heavily pregnant and she was lactating, giving milk, so we couldn't leave her there. And Emma and I, we went and brought her home here, and she had puppies a day or so later. She had 5 puppies, 4 of which have got homes. This little boy here, he's got a home in the UK and is undergoing travel preparation, as is Reggie over there.
Easy as pie, lemon, apple or cherry. Loving you is so very sweet, sweet, sweet. How can it be such a piece of cake? And your smile is the icing. Loving you is a poem. It's sweet, sweet, sweet. How can it be? And you make my candy-coated heart melt. When you take my hand and I am under your spell. Baby, I crave your affection. When I stepped in sweet confection.
We've got several cats as well that we've adopted from the streets, all from the streets. Frodo was down by the football ground as a young puppy. It took me almost a week to catch him. He was so frightened. I managed to catch him, and he's the best thing that I ever did. I'm getting emotional here thinking about him. He's a bit of a therapy dog, and he's a mascot for our charity Hope for Pets.
You make my candy-coated heart melt. When you take my hand and I am under your spell. Oh, and you make my candy-coated heart race. When you take my hand and we go stargaze. Baby, I crave your affection. When I stepped in sweet confection. Honey, you're my sugar.
He's been into school, he's given blood, he's great with children, disabled people. He's fostered so many cats, kittens and dogs. He's just an amazing dog. Chanda here, she was on the bypass again, and she had 9 puppies. We homed all the puppies, some to the UK and some over here. And then came the time for her to be operated, have her operation, so she could be spayed with no more puppies. So we brought her home to look after her post-operation, and she stayed. Pico was given to me 15 years ago, literally given to me, and because I said he was a nice puppy, that someone didn't want him, so he stayed. And Evie, who I'm not sure where she is now, but she's round about, she was on the mountain road, trotting between the lorries and the cars, completely lost. About 3 months ago. So we stopped the car, put her in the car, tried to home her, no one came forward, so she's our 4th dog.
was alone.
So all the dogs that we have, they're all from the streets in northern Cyprus. If you want a dog, go into the street, take your pick. There's so many to choose from. Don't go to a pet shop, don't buy a dog. There's no reason to buy a dog over here. You can pick a pedigree up on the street, you can pick a dog in need, a dog that really needs your help and need. You may be the only chance that they ever get to get a home. And dogs are dogs. You either love a dog or you don't love a dog. And if you do, there's no need for a pedigree as such. There's so many out there, every colour, every size, anything. I mean, look at this little boy here. He's just lovely. What more could you want? What more could anyone want? It's very important. I mean, breeds are an important part of society, but over here, unfortunately, there are no rules and regulations on breeding and bringing them up in the correct way. And then the majority of these dogs and puppies ultimately end up on the street anyway when people have got fed up with them. So it is really important to reduce the population on the street as well, along with spaying and neutering them so that they're operated and they can't have puppies. And when you take a look at some of the dogs that are on this programme, you can see how beautiful they are. And these weren't specifically selected, they were just dogs in need that wanted help. So go out there and get one for yourself, if that's what you'd like to do.
Making mess of it all. What if we throw a winning race? What if we lose the lead we had gained? What if we trip? What if we fall? What if we don't?
As I've mentioned before, I've always rescued animals, but when I came over here, it's quite obvious there's a need for help for the street animals. Emma and I actually met quite a while ago, and we formed the charity over here 5 years ago, an official registered charity, to try and help with street animals, to get them veterinary care, to home them, to spay and neuter them, to give help and advice to anyone that contacts us. We will try and help them. We can try and help with food, because we're not alone. There's so many people over here that are trying to help the animals, and people that are helping animals. They don't have to be a charity. They could be your neighbour that's kind-hearted, or someone that's walking past a puppy or a kitten in the street that needs veterinary care. They can come to us and we can try and help, which is why we formed the charity. We've also got a UK charity that we formed slightly before that, which is linked up to Hope for Pets North Cyprus, of the same name. They're linked up, which helps us raise awareness in the UK and to the plight of animals over here, and to help us fundraise to do all that we're trying to do. We're currently running a spaying and neutering project in conjunction with another charity called Altin Patiler, who work on a very similar basis to what we do, along with the Sibel Tatar in the presidential office. And we've currently, in the last few months, we've almost spayed and neutered 60 dogs, which is quite an achievement. This will reduce the population greatly, providing we continue and get the support and the financial support. So that's basically how we work. We spend all our time doing this freely, free of charge. We don't charge for expenses or anything, so it's completely free. We don't get any, other than the presidential office at the moment with this spaying and neutering, we don't get other government funding. So we're always begging for help, so we can help others and help the animals within northern Cyprus. you're not in a position to adopt a dog as a family member, not on a chain, not out in the garden, as a family member. Imagine being on a chain yourself all your life. That is just a horrendous thing to imagine, in the heat, the cold. Don't take an animal. If you can't love an animal, then don't take it like that. You can help in other ways. You can put water out in the street for them in this hot weather. You can feed them. You don't have to feed them in your garden or outside your gate. You can have a feeding area where you can maybe feed the dogs once a day, or the cats once a day. Encourage your neighbours to do the same. Put the water out. It's not just for the cats and the dogs. The wildlife over here will appreciate that as well. The lizards, the birds, the insects, the whole environment will be able to improve. You're not committing to huge responsibility to do that. Let's all work together and help each other. We're all sentient beings and we need help. So if you're able to do that, it won't take a lot. Please do it.
Sessiz Dostlar programının sonuna geldik. Unutmayalım ki can dostlarımızın bizlere ihtiyacı var. Bu sıcak yaz günlerinde kapılarımızın önüne bir kap su ve bir kap mama koyarak onlara yardımcı olabiliriz. Haftaya buluşmak üzere. Hoşça kalın.
Bank Sessiz Dostlar programını sundu.